across the globe. Uh, yes, and we're gonna wave this array across the globe. This is Carla Wiley out of Atlanta. I want to introduce you to a gentleman who knows the full information, 100% of it. I can guarantee you want to get your pad and pen handy so you can take some copious notes. Um, to bring forth to you is Mr. Douglas Ford. Take it away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, Miss Carla, let me tell you, I'll give it back over to you as well. And just the leader that you are, you have come on board and just really been able to impact. You see the information and you just see how simple this is. You keep it so simple. I mean, you have literally been almost in every household out there in the Georgia area, just telling people about this incredible cash flow funding project. And guys, let me tell you something. You're gonna be listening for that young lady right there, her and her husband, Carlos Wiley and Carla Wiley, okay? They have brung a level of leadership, just literally, they probably haven't even been involved in this thing within 72 hours, and they're already breaking major, major records, okay? Now, it's not about breaking records. It's more about their passion because they see what this is gonna do, not only for themselves, but the people that's connected to them, the people that's working with them, and many different family members. I know they were out at many different family members and friends, out like way in the wee hours, okay? They were burning the midnight oil, as we say. And she literally didn't wake up until about, I don't know, 3 o'clock, somewhere around today. And she finally woke up and said, hey. But no, guys, that's just a testament to, what she sees here. And so if you were invited by her, if you were invited by another leader out there in Mississippi, Miss Antoinette Alexander, we got Mr. Braxton in the house. We have even Kevin Neely that's joined us. And I'm sure we'll have some other people trickling on in here real soon. Just want to introduce myself. I pride myself on really not getting into a rags to riches story because I've been in the industry of direct sales, network marketing, nearing about 18 years. And, I've done that dog and pony show, looking to connect with folk. And I understand that's important, but I'm a real person. Been married for 13 years. Between me and my wife, we have 6 wonderful kids. Our youngest just turned 17. And I just had my youngest daughter move out, who, with this information that you are taking a look at, she's participating, and she's been able to start her own Airbnb business. Okay, she's only 22 years old. See, it's easy for me to keep up with her age because as the year changes is when her birthday is. So dad is able to keep up. So next year she'll be 23. So you see, it's easy for me, right? Anyway, so my wife be asking me when my anniversary is. I'll be like, okay. Anyway, guys, I just want you to sit back. I promise, I won't be before you long. Okay. I'm going to tell you the same thing that Elizabeth Taylor told her 8 husbands, right? I will not be before you long. So we're just going to get into the information. And as I say, as you're consuming the information, there's really 2 questions that you want to ask yourself. Just 2 questions and 2 questions only. Don't ask them for me. Don't ask them for the person that invited you or has you in our Facebook community. Ask them for yourself. One question, the first question is, does this work? Okay, does this work? And I believe as you're consuming the information, you'll be able to say that without any question, okay? But I want you to be able to answer that for you, not for me. Second question is, can I do it too? Okay, can you do it too? Because I believe when you're able to answer those 2 questions, then it's just a no-brainer for you. Just turn the key. And literally, but you're turning the key by your own will, you're gonna instantly receive what we like to call ongoing, reliable, sustainable cash flow, okay, as we're putting this information, screaming it from the rooftops. So I'm gonna start my screen share, but that's what it's about, folks. We're gonna show you a step-by-step cooperative blueprint to eliminate financial stress. We're talking about cash flow that impacts life, okay? So let me stop my screen share. All right. And share my desktop here again. close that down. Tell you what, guys, you do not have to be tech savvy to do this, okay? You know, been involved in 6 months and I'm still figuring it all out, okay? That's the beauty of everything. You don't have to be a techie person to do this. You don't have to know anything about the internet. You don't have to know anything about really anything, okay? But folks, here we go. We're Smarter Than Money is the name of our community, okay? We believe you become smarter than money when you are employing your money, having your money working for you versus you working for the money. We all know that, right? We're gonna show you how we're doing that by creating our own bank, folks, on the blockchain, okay? Not gonna get deep in the weeds of the blockchain, but understand that the blockchain is today's modern day gold rush, okay? It's today's modern day gold rush. It's the digital world, and blockchain is the overall ecosystem of it all, okay? But here's the thing. When you study the past gold rushes, okay, the internet, or, you know, when they did the gold mining and stuff like that, it was those that were offering, within those gold rushes, it was those that were offering the picks and the shovels, if you would, in those gold rushes. Those were the ones that generated the wealth, the majority of the wealth, and generated the wealth the fastest, because they were getting out their product and service faster than the people were even getting the gold. So what was the gold rush of the internet? Well, it wasn't enough for you to have a www.com or whatever .net, because in order for somebody to know that, they would have to see it somewhere. So this thing came into play called search engines. Have you guys ever heard of Google? Have you guys ever heard of yahoo.com? Have you heard of MSN or Bing? Well, see, you're able to go to those search engines, just type in a few keywords, and those search engines and keywords, those were the picks and shovels, and a lot of money went into that. And so when people would just type in Houston plumber, well, it would bring up local plumbers around your area. See, I didn't know any, I didn't know any names of the plumber. I just knew I needed a plumber, and boom. So if you were offering those picks and shovels, you would be making as much cash flow as Google is making, or Yahoo is making, or MSN is making. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in 2022 and beyond, the modern day gold rush is the blockchain, and blockchain goes hand in hand with digital banks and digital wallets, folks. You cannot exist on the digital space without even having a wallet. That's why you see so many companies are exploding. Crypto companies are getting bigger and bigger every day, looking to get people into their ecosystem, spending multiple billions of dollars in advertising just to get us to bring our, what I like to call our economic value that we generate, helping those companies become billions and billions of dollars, but they don't share that economic value with us, right? We enjoy the services, but they may give us a little one-time hit of a $10 here for a referral or a $20 hit for a referral. But understand, okay, there's a crowdsource of people that brought their monies together, okay, and created these entities, and their families and their network of people are the ones receiving that ongoing residual cash flow. So please understand, there are people involved. The money's not going to robots, it's not going to computers, right? It's going to a crowdsource of individuals. See, folks, you're gonna be looking at something that typically people like us don't get invited to this stage of the party. See, we get involved when it's at the franchise stage or when it's at the retail stage, okay, where the smaller end of the money can be made. But how would you like to be one of those crowdsourcers when you brought your money together, and anytime and every time a deposit happens or a transaction occurs, from this day onward, it came into you and your family's life as residual ongoing cash flow, and you were never subject to saturation. I'm in my bag and I'm just getting started. Well, guys, even though I may be in presentation mode, what I like to do is I just literally like to have a conversation, okay? I'm not here to hype anything. I promise I'm not, okay? what you're going to see is paint by numbers simple. So as we move forward, okay, got to make a disclaimer. The information shared in this presentation is not to be considered as financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, okay? As members, we are not financial advisors, and we are merely sharing our personal experience with this incredible project, okay? There we go. So, folks, what we're gonna do, we're gonna build cash flow for $1 a day, and by employing $1 a day and completing just 2 simple steps, just one time, okay? This is gonna immediately have you receiving predictable, ongoing cash flow. Watch this, without gambling your money. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a 2%, 3%, 4% a day or a week, and you ain't got to talk to nobody and make money, and you just put in about $500 or $1,000, and you send your money to someone or some bot or some smart contract, and we all know what's been happening to those companies, right? Because see, I understand how they function, okay? Even with the ones that seem as legitimate as possible, if the market is not able to demand the payout of whatever the promised percentage is, and they can't get the money from the trading of the market, then where would they need to get the money to pay everybody out if they're going to pay everybody? Well, they got to dip into the reserve. How long do you think they're going to dip into the reserve? That's the company's money to keep paying you out to keep the company alive. Well, that's why you're seeing them create hundreds of them every single week, and hundreds of them are closing down just as much as they're opening up, okay? And so, folks, we call that betting on the horses, okay? Where you're putting money here, you're putting money there, you're putting money here, and you're just hoping the horse that you bet on just crosses the finish line, and boom, you win. Like lotto, right? Something like that. Now, listen, I'm not poo-pooing on multiple streams of income, okay? That's something I embrace. But at least can you have something to where it's having you receiving cash flow, as like Robert Kiyosaki likes to say, the true definition of wealth is when your positive cash flow exceeds your annual and monthly expenses, okay? That's what we're talking about. So just doing 2 simple steps, immediately receiving predictable ongoing cash flow without gambling, that's creating a scalable cash flow to pay all your monthly expenses, help you build sustainable wealth, and even allow you to receive money where you can give to your favorite causes, okay? This is our product right here, ladies and gentlemen. It is called the Co-op Wallet, okay? Co-op Wallet is the world's first private Web 3.0 decentralized wallet that's allowing you to receive immediate residual income for your personal, business, or charitable affairs. You can send and receive money between other Co-op Wallet users. Don't that sound like CashApp? Don't that sound like Venmo? Okay? Just like Venmo, guys. As we like to say, we are cash flowing just like CashApp. Okay? And you're able to withdraw your money every week? No. Every other week? Every Friday? Well, yeah, essentially. But how about daily? Okay. You have 100% complete access to your money. It's a cooperative crowdfunding platform that empowers its members worldwide to receive daily royalty deposits, listen to this, for simply referring people to just open a Co-op Wallet account. See, this is under our control. It's just a choice, okay? We're generating cash flow, folks, by execution, not by production. So that nips in the bud if we're a pyramid or some type of MLM or Ponzi, where we have to rely on a whole bunch of selling of something or rely on a whole bunch of recruiting. See, that's production. Okay? See, when you open up a CashApp account, that was just an execution. It was by choice. When you open up a Coinbase account, that was just an execution. It was by choice. When you open up a crypto.com account, it was just an execution. It was by choice. Here's the only thing, though. They're not sharing the revenue with you and I. But what you're about to see, we participate in the shared value, okay? It's absolutely awesome. Here's the best part. It only takes completing 2 simple steps one single time that triggers the ongoing residual cash flow that scales and immediately deposits into your co-op bank. Immediately, folks. So the moment you open up the account, immediately, deposits into your co-op bank. And with your account continuing to receive the unavoidable cash flow you desire. Game changer, ladies and gentlemen. Tens of millions of dollars processed and paid without ever missing a single payment, okay? Now, folks, I got a video queued up that I just want you guys to really get the magnitude of what a lot of these big companies are doing. They're jockeying for position. And the reason they're doing that, folks, because they know the blockchain and the digital space is going to represent, as I mentioned, it's today's modern day gold rush. By 2030, there's going to be roughly about $20 trillion up in the air globally, worldwide. And it's the reason why these big companies are spending multi hundreds of millions of dollars to get our attention, because they want us in our ecosystem, because it's in the hands of the people that bring the power, the economic wealth that is never shared with the people. And so it's this company called Coinbase. Coinbase did, or they do, $335 billion with a B dollars. Now, you know, if that would be every 10 years, that would be impressive. 335 billion, but they don't do it every 10 years. They don't even do it every 5 years. They don't even do it every year. They do $335 billion. This is one company. One company. They do it every 4 months, ladies and gentlemen. Every 4 months. You calculate that over a process of a year. That's over $1 trillion. One company that I'm blaming on you and me too, because I got a Coinbase account. But any and every time a transaction takes place, anytime, every time, all the time, okay? It's money going into Coinbase. That's cash flow. I'm gonna play this real short video and I'm gonna come right back to the presentation here. Here we go.
Coinbase is the largest crypto exchange in the United States. They literally have tens of millions of users. But yesterday at the Super Bowl, they ran an ad. They paid $14 million for a 60-second ad that just had this color-changing QR code that bounced around the screen for a whole minute. Now, normally these Super Bowl ads, they require people to spend millions and millions of dollars and have all these big creative teams work to try to capture the attention of the audience. Coinbase went much simpler than that. They just had the QR code bouncing around. But of course, it worked. Coinbase went from 186th in the App Store to number 2. They literally, here on the right side of this chart, you can see had a massive spike in popularity. As they rose to number 2 in the App Store, they had an absolute insane amount of traffic. The chief product officer at Coinbase is reporting that 20 million users went to the landing page in the first minute. Now, when those 20 million people got there first, they crashed the servers. This is more traffic than Coinbase had ever seen in their entire lifetime. But the people who did actually get through, what they saw was $15 for any new user to go ahead and sign up for Coinbase and be able to buy cryptocurrencies on their platform. And Coinbase also was giving away $3 million to existing users. So if you start to count up how much money Coinbase was putting behind this, it's close to $20 million in total. But that's okay, because Coinbase had the most creative ad. It's the ad that everyone is talking about all over the internet. And ultimately, Coinbase is driving mainstream adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. All it took was a color-changing QR code to bounce around on the screen for 60 seconds. That's pretty incredible. 20 million people in 1 minute, all because of that QR code. Coinbase is the largest US-based exchange. Coinbase is now in the hearts and minds of users around the world after that commercial. Kudos to Coinbase, and I hope that we see more creative stuff like this from crypto companies moving forward.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Man, wow. Folks, I always say, please never take advice from people that you would not financially gladly change places with. You know, everyone's trying to say, you know, is crypto here to stay? Is blockchain here to stay? Ladies and gentlemen, 20 million users in a minute. Folks, you're not a member of Coinbase without a what? A digital bank. They're just not on there just, you know, no. All those people, they have a digital bank. Now, I like to see, he said some slick stuff and he thought I missed it. I know you didn't miss it either. Because he said that, you know, we got a $15 million hit, like, you know, we got a not 15 million, a $15 hit for referring our friends. And then he put it like Coinbase gave the people $20 million. I said, what? You just gave me $15. Stop it. But you know how he put the 20 million. But folks, you see what they're doing? They're giving us just a little bit and we're getting their economic value. But they're making 330 billion every 4 months. How would you like to be in a situation where you open up an account for Coinbase at any time and every time, all the time, an account opens, a transaction takes place, you got a little piece of that. And those that you referred also got a little piece of that. And as that ecosystem continued to grow, you will continue to receive a piece of that from now until this day forward, ladies and gentlemen. Not you, but everyone that you know, that you care about, that you love. Well, they're not gonna do that. But I'm gonna give you an opportunity to where you can just open up a wallet. See, that's why you were invited today. Now, I know many of you have already opened up wallets, but you're not opening up a wallet that's gonna instantly have you receiving cash flow. And every time a wallet opens, they're after you. And I'm gonna show you the money, okay? That you're gonna always continuously receive. Now, you remember on the previous slide, I said you're gonna immediately receive when you open the wallet. It happens to every single person. And trust me, you would not be invited right here. Listen to me. If the person that invited you, who's a participator, if they did not receive a result, you would not be here. So you can cancel out if this is gonna be guesswork. You can cancel out if this is gonna be maybe. See, that's the problem, which leads me to this slide right here. See, we're not the linear model. We're not the hierarchical. We're not the pyramid, okay? Because
And Douglas,
yes.
and I want to interrupt you just right there because
Sure.
we have a member on the line that can give a testimony with proof that he's even cashed out. Mr. Alex, are you there? If you are, unmute your line.
Hey, how's everybody doing? How you doing, Carla?
Man, we doing
Hey,
good,
Douglas,
Alex, bro. How you? I'm fantastic.
Yeah,
We're
I just actually made a post on Facebook just showing the proof that I just withdrew my money. I withdrew it this morning. It finally came through, so I just made a post and showed everybody that this is solid.
amazing.
And the fact that I made the money yesterday and we just started like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was already up like $238. So I think that's pretty cool.
Speak, speak, my man, speak.
Ladies
Well, hold on, make sure they see my face. I don't think that it's a ghost talking, but I look the same way I do on my Facebook page. So,
So Alex, you haven't even been involved 24 hours.
yeah, not really, no. I haven't. And
he
I've
opened
already
up
withdrawn.
he opened up an account, and When he opened up the account, he instantly received cash flow, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he's not being a paid spokesman. He's genuine. Okay, these are real people here. I asked him, he just, hey, but I love it because, you know, the testimonies is what it's going to be about. Folks, this is going to be what the world is doing. See, we're not about timing and positioning here. That's that network marketing jargon, okay? Because we're not going to face saturation. We're going to be what the world is doing, just like Uber, just like Amazon, just like Netflix. I can say that without blinking an eye. I see it as clear as day. The big companies are already doing it. They're already generating big money. So the model is already there. We're just simply just playing monkey see, monkey do, but we're getting the money now. Okay, let me stop. I get excited. Let me calm down. Ooh. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that, boss. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. So guys, so we're not the pyramid, okay? So eliminate, divorce that thought, those thoughts from your mind. We're not that. And so that's really the roughest thing a lot of times. You've been invited to a Zoom like this. You know we're gonna get into talking about some big money. But see, I've been in the game and I understand it ain't about that for the masses. For the masses, in order to be able to do it, please hear me when I say this. In order for the masses, I'm talking about my 85-year-old grandmother. I'm talking about somebody who don't know nothing about no crypto. I'm talking about somebody who don't know about no blockchain. The only block and chain they know is back in kindergarten when they played with blocks. No. In order for the masses to be able to win at a high level, listen, they have to be able to execute it as easy as it was to open up a CashApp account. They just gonna put in a name, they're just gonna put in an email address, and they're just gonna put in a phone number, and they're gonna buy a token and assign it, and boop, just like Alex. Alex, did you do anything different than what I just said?
Nothing different at all. Exactly just like that. You showed me how to do it one time. I was actually at work and I did it on a 15-minute break, but it didn't take me 15 minutes to do it. It just took a couple of minutes for my Bitcoin to show up, but after that happened, it took me about 90 seconds.
And how much did you make? And how much did you cash out?
$238. And then without the, with the gas fees and everything, I got $215. Not bad for the first day, and I didn't do anything. I just introduced a couple of people. I don't even know if they have my third person yet. I introduced a couple of people.
Okay, let's move on because I know we got guests. But guys, that's what it's about. We're people. We found it. I found it. The person that invited you has found it. Okay, so we're not this, guys, where all the money's going up to the top. Okay, we're not that. We're not that pyramid. We're not corporate America. We're not, that model to where the black squares are really doing all the work and most of the money is going to the person to the top. This is where we are right here. We are what they call a Web 3.0, decentralized model. You notice how we are all white squares. You see, we're all white boxes. Just like the CEO, we're all white because we're all the CEOs. We're talking about a peer-to-peer to where it's global distribution, okay? Where we are all having the same thing to gain. It's just not money to the top. It's just not money to a few. It's just not money to one. It's all of us that are sharing in the profits of what's participating with this global community. And so folks, here is the money part, the system part, okay? And so remember, it's only 2 simple steps that you have to do. Now, this plan is what we call the best, better plan, okay? It's a 10X version is what I like to call it. What you're gonna do, step 1, you're gonna buy 4 Co-op Wallet activation tokens for a one-time out-of-pocket of $364 plus exchange fees to keep it 1,000 with you. It's gonna be roughly a one-time out-of-pocket of about $400 and let's just say $10. a little bit less, but I'll say 410 will cover it, okay? It's one time out of pocket, got it? What that's gonna include is 3 $25 activation tokens. Those 3 tokens, you're gonna give it forward to 3 friends, okay? And then you're gonna keep 1 250 token for yourself, and that's gonna have you receiving 10x the amounts, okay? Now, you're gonna simply give those 3 $25 tokens to 3 friends that are gonna do the exact same thing, hear me, that they are only gonna do it one time as well. See, that's the automation. Everyone's purchasing the 4 tokens and everyone is just giving it forward to 3 friends. And that's what keeps the automation going. That is another aspect of this, and I'll get that to the latter end. But folks, the versatility of our program, as you mentioned, we are a cooperative crowdfund platform. By the fact that we are leveraging a crowdfund platform, there's no saturation in how many times we can come through the system and continuously receive ongoing residual cash flow. What do you mean, Douglas? There's no saturation. Let me ask you a question. How often can someone run a GoFundMe account? How many times you can start one? You can start one as many times as you want to. You can start one to, get some money for somebody ill. You can start one for somebody's wedding. You can start one for somebody's baby shower. You can start one for somebody's birthday. It's unlimited times. So imagine when you see these numbers, we're not just able to come through this one time. We're not just able to come through this a second time, but a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time, a seventh time. Now, the first time, it may be taking the longest because we're in the process of bringing everyone into the community. But folks, when we go through it a second time, the community is already set. We come through it way faster. And then the third time, faster. Fourth time, faster. Why? Because the proof is already out there. How many more testimonies that you're gonna hear from Alex and Carla and Antoinette and Braxton? It's gonna be what the world is going to be doing. It's game over. That's what my brother likes to say. It's game over. Let me show you the money, ladies and gentlemen. So what are you gonna do again? You're gonna open up 3 accounts. How many times? How many times did Alex do it? 1 time. He immediately received 260. His 3 friends came in, did the exact same thing. They only did it 1 time. Are y'all saying that? 1 time. Please put a 1 in the chat for 1 time. You're not gonna be required to do it 2 times. You're not gonna be required to do it 3, 4, or 5. 1 time. Can you do a 1-time execution? Remember, it was low barrier of entry plus low barrier of execution. 1 time. Your 3 friends, put another 1 in the chat because your 3 friends are only gonna be doing it 1 time. 1 time. What's gonna happen? Well, if they did it 1 time just like you did, and you received 260 immediately, guess what's gonna happen to them? Predictable, ongoing cash flow. They received 260. See how elementary that is? You see why I got fired up with this thing? See, my result and my friend's result was not connected to maybe. It was not connected to, well, what they say, success varies. Well, see, when it varies, you know what that means? A skill set is going to be required. That means production is going to need to be done. The masses do not succeed in production. But watch this, what happens. This is the second part of the automation, folks. Because what happens is that every time a contribution is done, that person not only receives instantly, But when your 3 friends did that, they received immediately, just like you did. But guess what? 9 other people prior to them received. Who is one of the 9 people in this example? It would be you. And guess what? Instantly and simultaneously, as your 3 friends just opened up the 3 accounts one time, it brought you to 380. Folks, when that happened to me, I said it was game over, because I never did nothing else. And them simply just doing what I did, that they were only required to do one time, just like me. And just like when their friends do it one time, they only are only to do it one time. And then their 3 friends are only to do it one time. And then their 3 friends are only to do it one time. And then their 3 friends are only to do it one time. Folks, when I saw that this was a choice and not a chance, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Chance means I got to do a whole lot of something, selling of a product, recruiting a lot of people in order to win. I never told you that you had to open up any more accounts. Neither do your friends. And so watch this. Your friend's going to have 3 of their friends do the exact same thing one time. Now I'm going to speed through this. But let's say in this example, this right here was, who we got? Miss Carla. And Miss Carla was told by who we just heard, Alex. So you saw Miss Carla receive 260, right? Now, Miss Carla, she had the gumption to talk to her friend Braxton. Braxton got involved, 260. You think Brandon's excited? I mean, Braxton? Yeah. But guess what? Carla went to 380, just like you did, ladies and gentlemen. But you went to 870 as a result of accounts opening up from this day forward. And you, it was unavoidable for you to receive the cash flow. Folks, once you do it the one time, and then the strategic duplication takes place, with everybody doing this one time, look at what's happening. So this group of people do it, 260. They go up to 380. Carla goes up to 870. You go up to 2,490. The next group is going to have their friends do it. They're going to receive 260. It's going to bring them to 380. Braxton is at 870. Carla is at 2,490. You are at $5,380. These friends are going to do it one time, 260. They're going to receive 380. They're going to receive 870. Braxton is going to receive $2,490. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are subscription-based. These are monthly residual cash flow amounts that they're receiving that is scaling. Why? Because every time a digital asset opens from them onward, it's going to increase not only their ongoing cash flow, but everyone else's as well. $5,380 for Carla, $17,910 for you. Let's keep it going. It doesn't stop, ladies and gentlemen. 260, 380. You see the numbers, 870, 2,490. Braxton, 5,380. Carla, 17,009. You, $41,830. Douglas, does it grow like that? Typically, guys, I'm telling you, we break this down as a strategy, everyone doing it within 3 to 7 days or less. Did y'all hear what I said? 3 to 7 days or less. And you just heard a person, this has been happening with Carla too. They are receiving these amounts hour upon hour upon hour. According to your belief, so let it be done unto you. You just heard a company called Coinbase have 20 million people open up a digital wallet in 1 minute. Bring in a local church, they'll be in the cash flow. Bring in a loved one, they'll be in the cash flow. Bring in a charity, they'll be in the cash flow. Bring in nonprofits, they'll be in the cash flow. A church won't have to run another building fund ever. I love what I do. This group, one time, 260. As a result of that, them 380. A result of that, them 870. The results of that, 2,490. The results of that, $5,380. Braxton, I know you're excited. You only opened up 3 accounts. You only were required to do it one time. And as this thing continued to move forward for you, Braxton, you're at $17,910, and you cannot even move out of the way of it, sir. Sir, this thing is causing people to go back to work, and they can't even work no more. I mean, they can't think on their job after because they're like, Lord, what? Yes, this is what you've been sitting praying for. You see, we're bringing something to this planet to where we're getting cash flow to the hands of every single person. And all they got to do, folks, is open up a digital wallet. All they got to do is open up a digital wallet. All they got to do is open up a digital wallet and do the 2 simple steps. That's only required one time. Let me keep moving it forward. $41,000 for Carla. $107,000, $440 for you. Okay, moves forward again. Guys, this thing just lights up like a Christmas tree. Okay, I'll bring up the numbers. Braxton now is at 41,000. Carla's at 107. You at 427,000. This group, okay, 260, 380, again and again and again. So guys, let's look at this. If this were being done within 3 days or less, let me show you the strategy. 3 to 7 days or less, right? Let's say if it took you 7 whole days to do the 2 steps. So this would be week 1. This is week 2. This is week 3, 4, 5. Because remember, everyone's taking a whole 7 days to do these 2 simple steps. And you're hearing people, it literally takes you every bit of 90 seconds to open up the account. 90 seconds. So we're going to give everybody a week. A week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Open up 3 accounts. Okay, great. Look how this math is going. If everybody was given a whole week, you're looking at $1.7 million respectively to everyone in 10 weeks. Nobody had to sell a juice. Nobody had to gamble any money. Nobody had to drive to a hotel meeting to do a presentation. Nobody had to fly to Las Vegas and do a big event. I mean, we're going to do things like that, have big events, have luxury events, as a matter of fact. But I'm just saying, you just open up 3 accounts one time. Let me keep going. So guys, this is literally how it works here. Anytime and every time. We give one time, we receive all the time. Okay? I'm gonna go to my board here, but I just want you to see this is how it works. You see that black arrow? That's the cash flow. Every time accounts open up, you see how it's always going to you and your friends? Okay? Look at that. It's beautiful. Let me break this down, because I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to see this. Go back to my screen. Let me pin myself here. Y'all can see me? Yeah, y'all can see me. So y'all saw that slide, right? I like to make it personal, okay? Because this is what's happening. So this is you, right? Right here. Now, you know how you brought your family and friends into those other things because, you know, it gave you trepidation because they got involved in those things and their success was connected to maybe or chance. And I'm telling you over here, when you open up those accounts, guess what? You receive money instantly to you. And so when you brought mom in, guess what? When mom opened up the account, she gonna make money. When mom brings in dad, mom to dad. When dad brings in daughter. Okay. Daughter opens up the account. What's going to happen? When son opens up an account, you bring the pastor in. See, this is the first part of the automation. Can I get to the second part? So understand, the first part of the automation, when you open up the account, you're going to refer your 3 friends, they do the same thing, money comes to everyone instantly. But here's the other part of the automation. When mom opened up her account, she received money instantly, but guess what? More money went to you. When dad opened up his account, he received instantly, but guess what else happened? Money went to mom, money went to you. When daughter opened up her account, she received instantly, but guess what? Money also went to dad, more money went to mom, more money went to you. Son opened up an account, he instantly received money, more money went to daughter, more money goes to dad, more money goes to mom, more money to you. Y'all tired of seeing this money? Pastor, he opened up the account, he received instantly. What else happened? Instantly, son received more money. Instantly, dad received more money. Instantly, daughter received more money. Instantly, mom received more money. And instantly, more money went to you. Okay. All right. I'm done, guys. I'm done. We do have a better, we have a good platform, folks, okay? We have a good platform too, where, because we are a global community, we do have a level where you can get started with the standard version, what we call it, okay? The standard version is where you're starting off at 26 instead of the 260, okay? But you can't start off in the both from the start, but we understand there's places around the world to where $1 doesn't really stretch that far. And so maybe you're in Nigeria or some third world countries where $1 doesn't really stretch that far and they run on rand. We wanted everybody to be able to participate, okay? With the standard version, it's just a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. And what you're able to do, this duplication still happens just like you saw in the 10X, okay? It's just the monies are smaller, but it's obvious your monies are gonna accumulate, right? Once it reaches over 250, this goes for everyone, you're automatically then upgraded into the 10X version. So not only are you gonna be receiving from the standard version, but now you're gonna be receiving from the 10X too. And you just used the money that was accumulated that brought you over. Let me ask you this. Did you have to open up any more accounts? No. Did you have to come out of any more money out of pocket? No. You just opened up 3 accounts one time. Had 3 friends do the exact same thing one time, okay? So move forward. Everyone wins in a cooperative system, folks. And so we give one time and receive all the time. Cash flow automation for everyone, okay? And so this brings us to a close, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Your referrer is just ready to give you a account activation token, just like you're seeing with mom and dad and all them. Yes, dad wants to give mom, or mom wants to give dad and open up an account for him. Why? Mom gonna receive money. Dad's gonna wanna open up an account for daughter. Open up this account, girl. Why? That money coming to us. And daughter's like, open this account, brother. Why? Coming to our whole family. Pastor, open up this account right now. Why? Money coming to everybody. Everybody has the same thing to gain. Everybody has the same thing to gain, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's left out. Okay? 3 types of people are watching this. Person A is saying, D4, just 3 accounts, 2 steps, that's it. I'm in, done, let's go. You could have stopped when Alex shared his testimony. Person B is saying, hey, can we involve more than 3? I know a heap of hopper load of people that this, would want to be involved in this. Absolutely, folks, and you'll be compelled to do so, okay? And then you have person C that says, I just don't see it, and I apologize. Maybe I was too animated, I laughed too much, and I don't know. I just didn't make it clear, but maybe you just have some boxes that just need to be checked. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a resource center, what we call our resource hub. It's our website, okay? We have videos on there, okay? We have a frequently asked questions list where we answer most of the frequently asked questions, okay? And so we definitely want to refer you to that website. Please allow us to follow up with you within 24 to 48 hours, because this here is just a decision. It's either no, you don't want cash flow, or yes, you do. And just please let your no be no and your yes be yes, because person A and person B, they keep the automation going, not just for you, everybody. Because as everybody's opening up the accounts, cash flow is just coming to everyone. It comes to everyone instantly and instantly continuously. Simply reconnect with the member that shared this with you, and they will demonstrate how simple it is to open a free co-op wallet account and assign to you an activation token. Folks, I'll open up the lines. Love to know, or love to hear back if there's any guests that are on that may have a question, or maybe this is your second or third time hearing presentation. Of course, if you'd like to hear the presentation even again, you can go to our resource hub and go to smarterthanmoney.com/overview, and you'll actually see me wearing the same shirt. I look just as good now as I do on the video. But yeah, guys, we want to get your questions answered. We definitely understand people have questions, but you can ask them now. I'm here. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask, or if you got a testimony that you'd like to make, we'll take them. So going once. All you have to do is go down to the bottom, click on reactions, and raise your hand. I appreciate that. Miguel, my niece is on, okay. Hi, niece. Miguel said his niece is on. All right, I got Chantel in the house. Chantel, absolutely, unmute yourself, sweetie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, girl, I am absolutely perfect. How you doing?
I am awesome after hearing this presentation. I'm really, really excited.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. I was actually invited, of course, by Carla. I have a question. Hi, Carla. Hi, Carlos. So for
Hey,
instance,
beautiful.
if I have a group, right? If I have a group and this is something that I was trying to do anyway, but my own way, a little bit different. But if I had a group of say like 100 people,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
would that work? If everybody I knew for sure was like interested, right? How would that work as far as the setup?
Absolutely. I mean, in essence, the setup does it all automatically once you put your 3. Okay, so it works like a 3x10. So your 3 would go first, and then everybody else would go fill in the empty spots, and it would go left to right, and it would just fall on out. So we don't promote this, but there is spillover, but we don't promote that. We want everyone to get their 3, because getting your 3 makes the automation go. We're not network marketing. See, network marketing is about bring a whole bunch of folk in and, whoever stick, no, we want the duplication. This is a monetary system that we want cash flow. That's what it's about. It's not about making money. See, network marketing has been treated, hey, let's just get in and make some good. No. We have a strategic strategy that we're doing that's going to get cash flow, ongoing scalable cash flow for everybody. So I would say those that come in, we want to make sure they're going to do their 3. Now, what we've done with some churches and stuff like that, we've sort of structured it out, but I like it just to grow organically and not put so much work on a person to figure out, well, who's going to do this person, that person, and all that. Have people just say, we want those that come in to just do their 3. They're going to do their 3. They got their 3. Come on in. I hope that answers your question, Chantel.
Yeah, so what you're saying is it's not again, it's not strategic at all. So if those 100 people start, that's just adding to the whole pool of everything that's already going on.
That's exactly right, ma'am. You are
And
exactly right.
I asked that because my husband had a question when I was sharing it with him. I may not have explained it correctly, but his question was like, I guess he was looking at it from a different point, was like, well, what happens if you got someone, or were you getting yours based on someone else getting their 3? And what if they didn't pull their weight? Like, once you got somebody in.
Right. And that's what we don't want to promote is like a laziness. We want to go with strength. This is a strategy that we're all participating in. And so, we want people to be accountable because that's the only thing they are required to do.
So let me ask you this. So then in reference, maybe I think this is how I understand it. So in reference, what you're saying is whoever your 3 is, when you go to those 3, you want to make sure that they automatically understand what they're doing, so they know what they have to do, what's required of them right from the start.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. That's the tone that we set. Look, this is a strategy. There's not going to be any question when you do the execution that you're going to receive money. And every time the execution is done, the only way the execution doesn't
everybody do their part
is nobody, you don't do it. So it's like, that's what I love. We don't have to just bring, no, are you going to do the 2 steps? Then let's go.
Got it. That makes sense. Got it. That makes sense.
And that keeps the automation continuing. That keeps the cash flow going, right?
Okay, right.
No brainer. Go ahead.
And so the other question, I'm sorry, the last part of that is, so like once you what's the word? Not tap out, but once you close out at the 1.7, right? Then that is closed. I don't know the proper terminology for it.
Yes. So it maxes you out once you are receiving $1.7 million every 28 days. Oh.
So that's ongoing still? So I thought that stopped.
But listen, yeah. I mean, you're maxed out at 1.7 million when you go through it the first time.
Got it. Okay.
But guess what?
You can do it again.
A second time.
Okay.
But guess what? Don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Go through it a third time.
Got it.
Wait. Don't leave. You get the point?
I got it.
My pleasure. Hey, thank you for asking that question. I'm sure that question was on a lot of people's mind, and I thank you for asking it. Tell your husband I said hello and come on in, open up these accounts. Let's go.
I will do.
Who else we got? Mr. King Edwards.
Oh, sir, what's going on?
Man, I'm perfect, man. How are you?
Definitely, once again, I enjoyed that presentation there. Definitely, just kind of want to chime in, Jeffrey, with on Chantel. Chantel, that's great. That was a great question, great and great response from Doug on that, because that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for people who actually want to do the simplicity of the project itself, the plan itself. Like I said, we don't want to create where somebody just come in, they just don't want to do anything, because that defeats the purpose. And what else? It's been made so simple for everyone that even a 3-year-old could come in and do this. If they understood how to navigate through a telephone, through a cell phone, or all your mobile devices, they could simply do this here. And that's what we want to create, because we know we want to keep that momentum going, because everybody has an understanding. So I'm just excited. I'm excited that Alex was able to. I didn't get a chance to get a clip for that testimony, so I can actually put it on social media, because that's amazing, because he was able to demonstrate, look, I just got in the business within a couple of hours, and I'm able to withdraw my money just like that. So you can withdraw your money on the minute, on the hour, on the day, on the week. That's what's so incredible about what we're doing over here. And if everybody understood the simplicity of it, no church would ever have to do another building fund. Your business, you'll have the capital to build just based upon the community coming together, and each one of them would actually benefit from investing into your particular vision, because their visions will also be contributed as well. Every person is winning. Nobody's losing. Everybody is winning. One of my favorite movies is Paid in Full. I like the term when he says everybody's going to eat, and that's what we're going to do. Everybody is going to eat. And so let's continue to do this. Let's continue to make it known. Look, this is the place to be. This is the platform to utilize, and we can keep it going. Look, we're not going to just see everybody at the top. We're going to see everybody over the top, because we're no longer betting on horses. What we're doing is we're buying the track, because we know when the doors are open, money is always continue to come in. Back to you, Doug.
Hey, that was absolutely fantastic. Appreciate those comments and those sentiments. That was on point. Any more have any questions? Thank you for that, Mr. King Edwards. Any more questions? Carla, did you want any closing comments, sweetie?
Look, it's really nothing else for me to say because it's all been said. I mean, Chantel, the question she asked was the main question, that's a closer right there because people wants to know I don't want to stop this $1 million. What I need to do to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So guys, you want to definitely get back to the person, get back to the person that invited you here. Get your token and get going. Bottom line, back to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, those are just some dynamic closing comments, man. Let me tell you something. We're working this together as a cooperative unit. We're family, okay? I love the fact that I can call Carla and her husband Carlos is right there with her, and it's 11 o'clock. You know, it's not good for a man to call another man's wife at 11 o'clock, almost close to midnight, but we are about changing lives, guys. We have found that platform that's going to erase cash flow for good. And I like the way Carla says it, that part, you know what I mean? So listen, guys, we would like to say when we close every meeting, again, we're going to be back. Well, we're going to talk about tomorrow. We got some things going on with my family, but we're going to make it happen. If we need to do another meeting, we may even do one early in the day. But we love the momentum that we got going on. Come join what we're doing. This is going to be what the world is doing. No doubt about it. I see it as clear as day. Hopefully you do too. Take care. We just want to see you at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you cash flowing and also over the top. Take care. God bless. Good night.